Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another forecasting video, and this time we're gonna get a little bit in depth with who's in and who's out of this severe weather risk that we're looking at for today and also tomorrow. Oh boy, the things have uptrended once again a whole lot more for Friday, or which is today, and tomorrow as well. Now, I do want to start with, of course, Friday or today, because like I said, before we start this, I will be live today, and I'm going to be live all the way through this severe weather event, because this is going to be more of a nocturnal threat from what I'm looking at. So I'm going to create this video, and I'm just going to get the word out to everybody now and tell them that I will be live tonight, and I'm going to give out information, valuable information, and I'll be live all the way through covering any type of tornado event, wind event, hail event, whatever. I'll be there. I'm going to be covering it both today and tomorrow. So if you guys want updates on this channel, live updates, subscribe to this channel and turn on these notifications, because I promise you I will be live, and I will be live for a very long time covering this for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into this. So this whole point of this video for right now, for today, is to tell who's in and who's out of this risk, basically, and give out more updates on what it's looking like, because one of the HRR runs for today and tomorrow did not look good at all. I'm just gonna say that now. So you see that the moderate risk has been expanded, actually. So I'm gonna just say this now: the moderate risk has been expanded for straight line damaging winds, and even the tornado threat has actually expanded as well too. And some people were talking about a high risk today. I still don't think that's going to be the case, but I mean, this is a very large moderate risk. So if they do end up issuing a high risk, it's probably going to be either because of the wind or the tornadoes. So more than likely the tornadoes, actually, because down here, there's been a lot of uptrends in in the significant tornado parameter, and just all the ingredients for tornadoes in the atmosphere has been uptrending a whole lot more from what I've been hearing and what I've been looking at as well. We'll look more into that here in just a moment. But who's in this, who's out? All right, so Memphis, you are now included in that moderate risk of severe weather. I think you were. I don't know if you guys were included in there yesterday or not, but Memphis, you're included. St. Louis, you've always been included in this. So Kansas City, you are now in the enhanced risk, I'm pretty sure now, or you're kind of in the enhanced risk. I will say you're in the enhanced risk, so still take it seriously. Des Moines, you're in the moderate risk. Champaign, Illinois, Peoria, all those towns in Illinois and cities in Illinois, basically the majority of Illinois except for the northern portions of Illinois, you guys are under a moderate risk for severe weather. So straight line damaging winds, very, very large hail, and definitely some strong long track to potentially even violent tornadoes today now, from what I'm looking at. And I mean, it's just like I said, the things are uptrending a lot. Like the trends are uptrending, everything's uptrending, guys. You even got northern Mississippi in the moderate risk now for severe weather, so that's just not a good thing either. And this is your tornado risk right here. So the reason why I'm very concerned about this tornado risk, and I honestly, they uptrended it a lot. They uptrended this a lot from what I've talked about last night. Like I said, there's now a 15% area of significant tornadoes now. And I mean, this stretches from basically northern Mississippi all the way up to St. Louis, Missouri. So St. Louis, you're in that. Memphis, Tennessee. And Nashville's in the 10% hatch risk area, or basically about, in it at least the western portions of it, in the 10% hash area. Mayfield, Kentucky, the Blue Hill, Missouri, Southern Illinois. I know I have somebody that watches from Southern Illinois. You are in that 15% hashed area, so be weather aware. I kid you not, guys. These storms are going to happen at night. This will be a nocturnal tornado outbreak tomorrow, or tonight, sorry. This is going to be a significant event, and I really want to get this word out to as many people as possible, because a lot of the times where people, get killed in tornadoes is because they're asleep. And they're not paying attention to the weather, because no one's going to be awake around this time monitoring the weather, so I just really want to just get this out to as many people as possible and just let them know. Have something that will wake you up in the middle of the night in case you get a tornado warning, or even a severe thunderstorm warning at that, because these storms are going to pack a huge punch, not even just tornado wise, just severe thunderstorm wise. The damaging winds are going to be excessive today, and we'll talk more about that here in just a second. Now, this is your damaging wind risk. You have a 45% hashed area, and it expanded a lot more, I think, now. So it's a 45% hashed area of significant damaging winds. You have a 30% hashed area as well, and then a 10% hashed area. So your 10%, or 15%, sorry, your 15% stretches from all the way down to southern Mississippi near Hattiesburg, all the way up into almost Minneapolis, Minnesota. So that's a pretty big area already. And your 15% area stretches from basically Memphis, Tennessee, all the way up to Chicago, Illinois, and maybe even Northwest as well, into past Des Moines, getting into Omaha, Nebraska. Your 45% area is very widespread. St. Louis, you're in the 45% area. The majority of Illinois is in that 45% area, and Des Moines, you're in that 45% area as well. I do have family members that do live in Des Moines. I will hit them up and let them know that what's going on out there. Just let them know, just give them information. Like I said, if you guys need to share anything, like if you need to share this video or just share anything that can help your loved ones or your friends or anything like that, just share it, get them out to them now, let them know what's going on, because like I said, this is a dangerous outbreak that's going to unfold. And you can see winds and upwards of 70 to maybe even 80, 90. I wouldn't even be surprised if you see 100-mile-per-hour winds from some of these storms today because of how powerful this low pressure system is, honestly. And I'm going to show you guys that also, like the ingredients for this this huge damaging wind threat that's going to stretch from today into tomorrow and even into Sunday as well. This is your hail risk, and you can see it's a little bit further south than a damaging wind risk, at least the 30% area. It's not as widespread. That's because a specific area where I do think that the tornado threat will be the highest is going to be from St. Louis down to Memphis, Tennessee. The reason why you have this large hail risk, and the reason why you think, they think that it's going to be baseball-sized hail possibly in some places, is because there will be supercell thunderstorms, right? So there's going to be a line of storms, of course, that's going to cause you straight line damaging wind threat. But the southern part of the storm, there's going to be little breaks in a line. And what that means is basically you're going to have more of a better chance of large hail and significant long track to potentially even violent tornadoes actually. In some places, and that's why I'm also concerned about that area. Like I said, that area from St. Louis all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee is like the main area that I'm going to be watching the most, just because of the supercell thunderstorms that's going to pop up there. Like I said before, y'all, this is like I said, this area is definitely going to be at huge risk. Okay, it's gonna be a huge risk, y'all. Now I am gonna do the storm timing first, and then like I said, I'm gonna do today first, Friday. I'm gonna do Friday first and give you all the ingredients for Friday, and then I'm gonna move on to Saturday and give you guys the details for Saturday and stuff like that. Let's push this through. As you can see, this is around 2 p.m. today, and you already have some storms firing up over here, it looks like, in Missouri. And you keep pushing this through, boom, this is your first storm initiation right here, and this is going to start around 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And right now this is 5 p.m. Eastern for me, so this is 4 p.m. for you guys in Missouri and Kansas. Around Kansas City, you have some storms popping up in this region. I mean, if you take a sounding right here, let's see if there's any yeah, there is a little bit of a curvature in the atmosphere, a little bit of a storm slinky curve, but the winds aren't really varying with height at the moment right here. So that's probably why there's no big time tornado risk with these ones yet. But like I said, I'll fast forward this and I'll do another sounding over here in this area and show you why that I really think that this area could see significant tornadoes later. This is around 5 p.m. 6 p.m. 7 p.m. you see these storms start to blow up a whole lot more. It's like a lot more intense, and your damaging wind threats can start to increase a whole lot more. The entire state of Missouri needs to be on high alert for these storms, and now you're going to start to have supercell thunderstorms pop up over here in Arkansas and northern Louisiana now. And I mean, you keep pushing this through. These are going to be some big hail makers, y'all. Like, giant hail is going to fall from these things, including these storms as well. But these storms down here, I feel like they're going to produce the biggest hail in my opinion. And I mean, this is around 9 p.m. I mean, look at these hail cores, y'all. These are some massive hail cores, and this is the 12Z REM, by the way. And these hail cores are huge, especially over here as well too. This area, I'm telling y'all, this area right here is going to be at high risk for supercells, so keep that in mind. This is around 10 p.m. So we're now getting into the overnight hours. You're probably having some tornado warnings go on in both this cluster of storms and these cluster of storms up here in the line as well. It's 11 p.m. 12 a.m. Now this is where I really do think the threat of significant tornadoes are going to occur. It's around this time frame. I mean, you have a supercell thunderstorm right here. Look at that in northeastern Arkansas. That's just like, these storms have been trending to be more significant just by the looks of it now. I mean, you have a lot of breaks in the line from what I'm looking at between Illinois all the way down to Arkansas. Like I said, Arkansas, northeastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and western Tennessee, and even northern Mississippi. You need to be on high alert tonight, because I feel like the main tornado threat, and I know I keep saying this, I just want to just repeat myself, you are in the highest risk for Friday for tornadoes. And you keep pushing this through. This is around 2 a.m. 3 a.m. and I mean, you still got your storms and supercells popping up over here, and then you start to have a little bit of morning convection pop up for the next day, which is Saturday. And and keep pushing this through, and then your storms start to die out a little bit over here and into Indiana. It's not going to be as intense, and then you move on to the next day, which is around 7 a.m. We'll talk more about Saturday here in just a moment. Your dew points for this event, you keep pushing this through, your dew points start to rise up. They actually rise up a whole lot more once these storms actually initiate. And this is around 8 p.m. by the way, so this is definitely going to be more of a nocturnal tornado threat, which is not good. Like I said, this is not good at all. And you keep pushing this through. Look how much moisture pops up down here in Arkansas and southern Missouri. This is not good. You're having dew points in the mid to upper 60s, and this is just very, very favorable for, you know, significant long track tornadoes, potentially even violent ones as well. And I mean, you keep pushing this through. With around 1 a.m. you're still gonna have the ingredients in the atmosphere for long track and significant tornadoes. And I mean, just look at that. It stays, it doesn't go away. And then it goes on to the next day, and it starts to intensify down here in the south as well. Your dew points doesn't go away, y'all. It does not go away. Everything's been uptrending a whole lot more. It's just not a good sign at all. And to show you what the, you know, the 500 millibar winds look like right now, this is what they look like right now. Or let's take this to now. Yeah, this is around now. Your jet stream is starting to definitely intensify a whole lot more. Take this on through to around 5 p.m. when these storms first initiate. You can see the front end of this storm, or the jet stream, is going to be very powerful, very favorable for significant tornadoes. Or just straight line damaging winds in general. And you keep pushing this through, it does weaken a little bit more once you get to the overnight hours, but that's because you have your giant trough forming right here. And you take this into 6 a.m. I mean, look how pronounced this trough is, and look how negatively tilted this is like about to become. And these are your 850 millibar winds. They're already screaming. I mean, they are already screaming. They like die out a little bit, but then they start to intensify a whole lot more again once you get into the evening hours, the late night evening hours. And I mean, look at that. You have around 50, 60, 70 knots, maybe in some places could reach to 80 knots. And I mean, you keep pushing through around 12 a.m. You still have that giant squall line and supercells popping up down here as well. So you have the kinematics and you have the thermodynamics for significant severe weather. Okay, now we are on to Saturday. Now Saturday, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more intense with the tornadoes at least, but I do think they're going to put a high risk here tomorrow, if not tonight maybe. I don't know if they do day 2 high risks anymore. Yeah, they're going to put a high risk. I mean, this is a very large moderate risk. If I were to say where they put the high risk at, it would definitely be between Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, all the way down. That would include Jackson, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, right into here. That would be my high risk area right there, because of how these storms are, you know, forming and where they're going to form. But the people that are included in, or the towns and cities that are included in the moderate risk right now, is Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Mobile, Alabama, Huntsville. You're included in that now because they expanded the moderate risk. And then Mississippi, you guys in Jackson, Hattiesburg, Meridian, Starkville, basically the entire central to southern portions of Mississippi, and basically the entire state of Alabama, you're in that moderate risk at this point. And Nashville, you're in the enhanced risk region. Same thing with Atlanta, Georgia. You know, a lot of Louisiana's in the enhanced risk. Actually, New Orleans, you're in a moderate risk actually. So you're going to see some significant tornadoes possibly as well. So watch out for that. And this is your significant tornado risk. And I mean, this is just a widespread area that is going to see significant, possibly long track tornadoes all tomorrow. And I mean, basically the same thing as a moderate risk. This is your giant 15% hatch risk area. That's more than likely going to get upgraded to a 30% area. I wouldn't even be surprised if they upgrade to a 45%, depending on how the HRRR looks with a couple of hours. Your hail risk is also pretty large as well, and it pops up around the beginning stages of these storms. Like I said, the beginning stages of these storms are to be supercell thunderstorms. That's why the hail risk is a little bit further west. And, you know, the significant hail risk is a little bit further west as well, because of how, you know, the supercells form in a day. Your damaging wind risk is also just as bad as the tornado risk. I mean, you have a 45% area of straight line damaging winds. This is significant severe weather, y'all. Significant severe weather. It's going to unfold here tomorrow. And I'm showing you guys the 6Z real quick. I'm going to go to the most recent model run, but this is the 6Z. And the reason why I want to show you this is because people were freaking out last night about what they was showing. So let's fast forward this. And you see, this is your morning convection right here. This is your morning convection that's going to go up to the north, and this is going to allow for more of an open warm sector, or of an open sector in general in that area. So let's look at that. You can just watch it rise up and go away. I mean, this is not what you want to see. It's still showing a whole lot of clearing happen over here in eastern Mississippi and all of central and southern Alabama, y'all. This is not good. The reason why people are freaking out is because look at this. Look how isolated these supercells are. This is significant. This is bad. To get a closer look at things, look at this. The storms on the ARRR model, they are all curved. All these little cells, super cells right here, they are all curved. That is not what you want to see. And this is, yeah, wow. This is the reason why people are freaking out last night. When you see storm modes like this in a very volatile atmosphere, that just goes to show how intense the atmosphere is going to be for tomorrow. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. Honestly, this is probably the craziest model run I've seen in a long time. I mean, this is, wow, they stay isolated too. I mean, they start to clump up a whole lot more once you get to like the evening hours, but this is not good, y'all. This is not good. Big time supercell thunderstorms popping up tomorrow. But your storms, you're gonna have a tornado threat from basically 5 a.m. and then all the way to 8 a.m. and then that's your big tornado risk is when it starts to form. Your big tornado risk starts around 11 a.m. So I'm gonna be live probably Saturday around 11 a.m. and I'm gonna be live tonight around 5 to 6 p.m. Central for you guys, or 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern for me. So that's like 4 to 5 p.m. Central for you guys that are at risk. Honestly, at this point, I could go on basically the entire video. I could go on for hours talking about what I think about this event and how significant this event is going to be. But honestly, if you guys want to hear more about this, I will be more in depth when I go live today. Like I said, I'm going live today around between 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be between 3 to 5 p.m. Central Standard for you guys over here that are at risk for this significant severe weather. I'm gonna get into detail. I'm gonna be live covering it, all the crazy storms are gonna be happening and stuff like that. I'm gonna be live for a very long time as well, and I more than likely may be live for 24 to 36 hours. Honestly, I mean, this is gonna be a pretty long-term event and a pretty violent one at that. And I know I'm not using this wording to scare you guys or anything like that, but this is just how it's looking. I mean, I'm just keeping it real with you. This is how it's going to look. This is how it's looking. So hopefully you guys are prepared for long and possibly dangerous and destructive severe weather outbreak. Because, I mean, like I said, I have everything ready. I have everything ready for the live stream. And I'm prepared to be live for a good bit. And, yeah, I will see you guys in the live stream. I'll probably have it up early just to show you guys what time I'm going live. But, yeah, I will catch you guys in the next, in this live stream, sorry. I will catch you guys in the live stream. Until next time. Peace out.